For our final block today, Dom and Evan are here to make sense of this NBA playoffs. Now, Dom, we're going to start with you. Which series in this first round do you think is going to go 7 games?
I think the series most likely to go to 7 is one between the two most evenly matched teams, and that's in the East, the Celtics and the Hawks.
How about that? Yep.
Both these teams won 48 games in the regular season. Among playoff opponents, they had the closest point differential, 3.6 for the Hawks, 3.2 for the Celtics. And even the teams themselves are very similar. They both have great coaches, Brad Stevens for the Celtics, Mike Budenholzer for the Hawks. Both are really deep, solid teams with a couple borderline all-stars, but no superstar to carry them. And to be honest, the first game was decided by 1 point. I think it's going to carry through the whole series, and I think we're going to have a very close 7-game series between these teams.
Two very similar teams, two very similarly matched teams. It's incredible. Evan?
I've got to go the Toronto Raptors versus the Indiana Pacers. I mean, you see the Raptors this year had a great year, finishing second in the East. The Pacers have been there in the past with Paul George. Leading the
very different teams.
Well, very different teams, but you still have him. They still have that playoff experience that Toronto lacks. I really feel like this series can really be a surprising series and go 7 games.
I don't know. I think the Raptors are significantly better than the Pacers. I don't think the Pacers win another game.
I mean, I think it's very, very possible to see 7, and possibly an upset. I think this is by far the best playoff matchup right now in the East.
I do agree with you. I think that will be a close series, but really coming out of the East doesn't matter. Can anybody beat Cleveland?
No, they can't. Just period. I mean, Cleveland is hot right now. They've been playing well. Yes, they had the close game against Detroit, but I feel like, that was a fluke. They're going to come back, and they're really, LeBron James is going to get back, forget about the whole Instagram, Twitter unfollowing, all that nonsense. He's going to get back. He's going to get his boys, and they're going to go back and just make it to another finals.
What do you think, Tom?
Look, you said it yourself. They kind of struggled a little bit against the Pistons, and I think that bodes poorly for their playoff chances. Obviously, they're the most talented team, but unlike the past years, the East has a bunch of really talented squads, 2 through 6, all of whom could come up and upset them. I think all are going to be really tough outs, and I especially would be nervous about the Heat. You were talking about all the Instagram distractions. If they're playing the Heat, that's going to be in the other players' heads, and I think one team from the field can rise up and upset the Cavs. I don't know who, but one team.
I see LeBron James just doing his thing. You have Kyrie Irving healthy this year, which is going to be big. Last year he had the injury, went out early. This with him healthy, Kevin Love actually playing well and not barely scoring and getting rebounds. You have Kevin Love back to his old self.
Well, the problem is LeBron's been to the past 5 finals. That's exhausting.
Yeah,
how much basketball? I think this is the year that the team, LeBron gets a little tired on the stretch and they get primed for an upset.
I mean, that is the argument, but on the other hand, LeBron, he's getting older. It's
31.
hard to face it. I won't believe it. He's getting older, and so I see that window closing, and I think he's going to be motivated. I think they're going to get it done in the East. Whether or not they can win the championship, that's a separate discussion. That's for another day. But for the final question for this block, can the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the San Antonio Spurs out west?
2 words: Durant, Westbrook.
1 word: Kawhi Leonard.
Talent wins in the NBA, and the Thunder have 2 of the top 5 players.
And the Spurs have the best defensive player in the league.
The best defensive player in the league. The Spurs win on depth, the Thunder win on talent. And in the NBA, superstar talent wins out over depth. As long as those 2 are in the series, they have a chance to win it. You look at the regular season, the Thunder did really good. Both the Spurs and the Thunder swept the home series, but the difference is the Thunder won by an average of 12 points. The Spurs won by a total of 12 points. And in the last game they played, the Spurs needed to go to overtime at home against a Thunder team missing Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka. I think they may not be the favorite, but I think it's ridiculous to say they have no chance. As long as they have Durant and Westbrook, they have a chance.
Popovich could care less about the regular season. He could care less about it. The Spurs
still matters.
play postseason basketball.
Like last year when they lost to the Clips in the first round.
They had injuries. This year,
their players are in their 40s and late 30s. You're going to get injured.
Yeah, we have Aldridge with Kawhi. Patty Mills coming off the bench, nailing threes. This team is unbeatable.
Unbeatable, yeah, except for by the Warriors.
Well, I mean,
and
yeah,
look,
but those
I'm
are the
not
Warriors.
saying that they're not the favorite against the Thunder. I'm not saying they're
not
not the favorite against the Thunder, but I'm just saying the Thunder have enough talent to make this a series, and they could win.
Make it a series, but they're not going to win.
They have a chance.
Hey, boys. That was a great debate. Here's what I think, though. I think if Durant plays like he played the other night, they don't have a chance.
I mean, maybe he'll miss his career high in shots every game. It's possible.
If
Durant against Kawhi Leonard, he could. It's very possible.
If Durant can step up, though, they definitely have a chance. Great debate. Love it. Playoffs. Great. And with that, our webcast is concluded. For all the talent, producers, and crew here at the show, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed, and if you'd like to watch it all again, be sure to check us out on YouTube. And as always, whose side are you on?